Hello guys and girls out there, wherever you are. Welcome to another totally random video. So today I want to show you my second Nixie clock kit that I just received. And like in my last video, I'm also going to show you what you get when you order this kit, some of the main steps of putting this thing together, and some problems that could occur or some complications that could occur. So this is the kit for the Sven Reloaded USB powered Nixie clock. I decided to get the version for the IN82 Nixie tubes, and yeah, this is basically all you get. I decided to order the Nixie tubes from somewhere else. So those are the Nixie tubes. I got them from Bulgaria because they are half as expensive as in the shop. So yeah, let's open this thing up and see what we have inside. So let's see what we have right here. So here we have the manual, which tells us about the settings and all that stuff, but it doesn't tell us how to assemble the clock, I guess. So this is all the settings, how the clock works. But it's good that you have this printed out, so this way you don't have to go to your computer or your cell phone to read the PDF file, just like you had to do with the QTC Nixie clock that I got from PV Electronics. So here we have all the electronic parts inside. Then the feet and stuff, screws for the case, more parts for the case, so just like that. I think there is still a foil or something wrapped around it. At least I hope, because it looks pretty beat up. We will see. But this is also one, but it also has foil wrapped around. So this is the basic layout of the clock, as you can probably tell. Another tiny piece. Should put this somewhere else so I don't lose it. This is the top of the clock, where you can have all the settings and adjustments, and I really like that the color of it looks really nice. More parts for the case, and here we have the PCB, the power circuit board, with a couple of small things already pre-installed or pre-assembled. So that's something that is different compared to the QTC. And yeah, that's basically it. So now let's download the instructions of how to put this thing together. I will get things started, and every now and then I will turn on the camera and tell you how it goes. So if we take a look at the menu, you can see that there used to be a layout arrow on the board, and it had something to do with the R56. So you have to remove this thing and then turn the R56. And when I take a look at my board, or at the part that he's talking about or whatever. Come on, focus, not in the hole, the stuff that is in front of the hole. Come on, focus. Yeah, so you can see this one has already been fixed. So that's the way how I got it. That's not, I haven't done this. So this one is already fixed. So let's continue with the next step. So all in all, I can say that, I don't know, for some reason the instructions look a little bit more confusing than the instructions for the QTC Nixie clock. It's just, I don't know, it looks a little bit cluttered. And yeah, so we will see how things go. So right now I am already facing the first problem. He wants us to install the two red female sockets BU1 and what, SO2. Wait a second, if we go to the German menu, he wants us to install BU1 and BU2. Why does he say SO2 instead of BU2 right here? Yeah, but he wants us to install this female socket BU1 and BU2 or SO2. But if we go to the circuit board, BU2 is right here. Well, there is nothing to install. So let's see. There is a BL2, but I don't find any BU2 or BU1. Nothing like this. I mean, I assume that this and this is where those female sockets are supposed to be, but that's BL and not BU. So that's, but if we take a look right here on this picture, you can see that there is this female socket and that's this thing right here. So this belongs right here, but it's BL1 and BL2, not BU. So that's already the first confusion and the first problem. Good thing that there's already a few things pre-installed, but still that's, you know, that's already the beginning and there's mistakes and problems. So yeah, let's continue. Also, I don't know which way I have to put them in. If it matters or not, I don't know. We will see. So I'm almost done. Now I am at this point where you have to solder in the Nixie tubes. So like I said, I have the Iron 8 2 Nixie tubes, and he wants you to cut the fifth wire, which apparently is the wire for the dot of those tubes, and then you build this kind of thing out of the case and put the Nixies in. So that's what I have done right now. So there's just one Nixie missing, still have it in the box. Cut away the fifth wire, and yeah, then I'm going to solder everything in and yeah, assemble the case and put everything together, and I guess then I'm already ready to go. So far so good. So this clock is starting to annoy me a little bit. Definitely more than the QTC Nixie clock from PV Electronics. I mean, putting in those Nixie tubes was just a little pain in the ass to bend all those things and whatsoever. But now I'm facing another problem because I wanted to close the clock, and as you can see, if I put this thing on the top right here, it sits loose, but there is a little gap. This thing won't close properly. The reason is that this thing is sitting on the edge of those LEDs. Come on, camera, focus. Yes. Yeah, on the edge of those LEDs. That's the problem right now. Those LEDs are just too high. All four of them, basically, I would assume. But you have those black position holders or whatever. So they have been already cut, so I didn't cut them in the wrong length. So they have been pre-cut, and yeah, that's a problem right now. Those LEDs are just too high. So the problem is that this is some kind of a quad, whatever, two-sided circuit board. So it's not that easy to solder things off or to unsolder things on this board. So yeah, I have to figure that out, how to remove them and put them in again, but you know, a little bit lower. Gosh, this sucks. So usually I would be done right now. So after putting in those bridges right here so that the LEDs are working in the correct order, I am basically finished, but I'm facing yet again another problem that I want to show you right now. So let's just plug it in. There. Yeah. 3 of those 6s don't work. You know? So he told me that it has something to do with this thing right here, so there might be a cold soldering point. So I tried to resolder this thing as good as possible because those contacts, as you can tell, are really freaking tiny. And yeah, I mean, at the beginning I had the problem that those 3 zeros wouldn't work. No, wait, I think those 3 zeros wouldn't work, and those 3 3s wouldn't work, and those 3 6s. So now I have already fixed it in a way that the zeros and the 3s are working, but I can't seem to get all the 6s to work. It just, I don't know. So I told him about this, and he told me that I should send him this clock so that he could check it out and try to fix it. So yeah, I guess I will have to send it back right now, which yeah, that sucks. So in my opinion, it would have been better. I think that's the same thing also used in the QTC Nixie clock, and it would have been better to use something like a socket where you just push this thing in. So yeah, I will continue with the video if I get an answer from him or when I have the clock back. So let's see how this ends up. Hey, what's up? We're back. So as you can tell, I got my Nixie clock back. He fixed it. So I sent it out on, I think, Thursday last week, and I got it back today. It is now Tuesday, so it didn't even took 1 week. So apparently this thing right here wasn't the only problem. I don't even know if it was. Come on, focus please. Yeah, so I don't even know if this thing was the problem at all, because he told me that there were some cold soldering points at, I think, R77. That would be this one right here. And somewhere on the back, I think R80 or something like that. Yeah, there were some cold soldering points, and that's why the last 3 didn't really work. So yeah, of course he fixed it for free because it's still in the guarantee. So I also don't know how often those kind of problems happen when you order the Sven Reloaded Nixie clock. I really don't know if I'm just 1 out of 100 people or if it happens more frequently. I don't really know. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just put this thing in the case and see what it looks like when it's totally finished. Okay, so this is what the clock looks like when it's fully assembled. You know, the only thing that I don't really like is there is like this little gap right here in the front, so you can see that it doesn't really fully close. And also we have that same problem on the back. Pretty big gap, but for some reason that's the way it is. So let's just turn this thing on and see what it looks like in action. Additional. So usually I wanted to end the video right here, but before I ended this video I stumbled across another problem with this Nixie clock. Usually, in case the power goes out, the clock was supposed to be the clock is supposed to hold the time for 6 hours. When I unplug the power, my clock doesn't even hold the time for 6 seconds. So me and the guy from Nixie Kids, we were trying to figure out this problem. You know, he wrote me emails and stuff like that. So usually it is this thing right here next to the DIP switches. Come on, focus. This camera sucks so much when it comes to focus right now. So the one that sits on C16, that's some kind of a super cap or whatever. And this thing is supposed to hold the power and therefore hold the time. But for some reason it didn't work, and I had to measure it. So it wasn't getting the kind of electricity that it's supposed to get. So he told me that I should check resistor number 22, which sits somewhere underneath here next to the RGB. Or is it red, green, blue? Yeah, RGB LED. So yeah, I resoldered this resistor, and now this thing gets enough power, and now the clock holds the time. So we fixed the problem. but yeah, that was just another problem that I stumbled across that I wanted to tell you about. So now I can assemble the clock once again, put it in the case, and yeah, enjoy it and make another video about, you know, the functions and what it looks like and all that kind of stuff. So again, thanks for watching, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you like, and I see you in the next one. Bye. And this is what the clock looks like when it's in the test mode. And as you can see, everything works fine again. So I can tell one thing. For some reason, the Iron 82 Nixies, they look a little bit dirty from the inside or something. I don't know. They don't look as nice or as clear as the Iron 14. I don't know, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? You know, but at least they have a real digit 5. So the clock works. I'm going to make a separate video about the clock itself and some of the functions, but I'm assuming it has exactly the same settings and functions as the QTC Nixie clock. So yeah, nothing too special right there. So thanks for watching, subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, whatever you like, and I see you in the next one. Bye.